Hello, and a very warm welcome to my new YouTube channel, The Vinyl Sanctuary. My name is Christian, and I hope that you will join me on taking refuge in records. So, a little bit about me. I've been collecting records since the age of 12, so incredibly, that's 30 years now. Um, it's been my biggest and greatest hobby, something that I do for the love of it. I absolutely love music in all its various forms and all its various genres. I listen to a very broad spectrum of music, and it really, really is something that I just can't imagine being without, as I know will be the case with so many of you out there. I would say that I do go beyond being a casual fan. I really love what I love and seek pure enjoyment from it. Listen to music every day. It brightens my mood. It can lift me. It's what I do to chill out. So yeah, really, really happy to be here and talking about my greatest love, if you will. Okay, so in terms of why I started the channel, why I wanted to do this, it's something that's been right in the back of my mind now for a long, long time, and I just haven't taken action with it for one reason or another. So totally on me, but I'm here and I'm doing it now. The time felt right. I'll get into a couple of reasons why the time felt right, because I've got a bit of a roll call to go through of various channels within the vinyl community that I'm a subscriber to, and I've just been so overwhelmed by their quality, by their content, by their passion, and the communities that they have all created within their channels as well. So it became infectious, really. It just became something that I knew I wanted to finally do, take the plunge and get myself out there. So there's a number of channels I'd like to mention just to pay tribute to them, offer them some thanks, and just to give you a bit more of an idea of the type of content that I gravitate to in terms of the different types of music that I tend to follow and return to. So these are in no particular order, although there is one channel that I'll mention right at the very, very end who I do feel warrant a special mention in their own right. So yeah, a number of the people out there that are doing what they're doing and following the passion and creating content is the likes of Hannah, the Omaha introvert. She's a brilliant, brilliant creator and has a really specific interest in a lot of genres, but really into things like power pop, new wave, indie, alternative, all kinds of stuff, but a lot of genres that really, really do speak to me as well. There's Jeff, who's Calico Silver. He's absolutely brilliant. Love his content. He's into a lot of the classic stuff, so the likes of Dylan, Lou Reed. He's a big fan of Lou Reed. I thoroughly enjoyed watching his videos in particular on Mr. Reed. Just has a great presentation style, breaks down songs as well in terms of structure and chord changes and all that type of thing. So Jeff goes really deeply, but he does it in a really accessible way. It doesn't feel overtly academic or overwhelming or anything like that. So I've taken a lot of inspiration from Jeff in that I want this channel to feel quite accessible and to feel like people can just dip in and out, and that it doesn't feel like a lecture or anything like that. There is also the great Larry Graves, also known as the Canadian Stud Muffin, who is an absolute joy to watch. Brilliant content, supremely knowledgeable about music, but also does it in a really humorous way. He likes to have some fun, does Larry, which I really appreciate. He's always worth a watch. Brilliant music taste. Trying to think of some of his favourites. He's really into Sparks, which immediately, yeah, I thought, yeah, this is great. I love Sparks myself and many others besides. There's Mark as well. His channel is called Echo Voice 17. He's actually one of the earliest channels that I can recall really getting into and thinking, yeah, I would really like to start doing something like this. And what I love about Mark's approach is that he will show his vinyl and then he will say to the audience, if you like this, then try that. So he'll often give an overview of the type of music that he's been listening to, whatever the album happens to be, and then he will give you other bands who maybe sound like that or have influenced that album directly, and gives you a little bit of homework to do. But again, not in a way that feels pushy, but just in a way that feels passionate and really does give you that incentive to think, I'm going to go away and have a look. So huge props to Mark. I hope you're keeping well. I always look forward to his content. There's also Tom over in, I think he's in Los Angeles actually, and his channel is called Capo Fetish. Being a Brit, I call it Capo, but I love the fact that it's Capo too. Capo Capo, potato potato, tomato tomato. So yeah, he's absolutely brilliant. Tom, he's just got all these brilliant ideas actually for his content. So he'll talk about great album closers, great album openers, songs under a certain number of minutes, bands that split at their peak. Just he takes the vinyl format and then pushes it into other directions as well, where he's speaking about the artist in a much wider sense, which I really appreciate. Super relaxed style with him, and again, somebody who I just feel that whenever he's got something landing, I get excited for it. So yeah, I'm a relatively new subscriber to him, but love his work and will continue to follow it. There's just a few others to mention as well, because I feel it's fair to do so, and only proper to do that. There is the legend, who many of you, well, I'm sure a lot of you will know about, which is Anthony Fantano, the Needle Drop. He's brilliant, really, really, really good. His knowledge is just vast, and what I've always admired about Anthony is that he's kept up to date with everything that's current. He continues to put the work in and to keep his audience base fresh and engaged. And yeah, I mean, his knowledge just, it really does span the generations. I'm a person that I would say is getting a little bit more up to speed with more modern music. That's something that I openly admit. I did kind of take my foot off the gas a little bit, kind of around about 2008, in terms of being really, really up to speed with what was current and what was being released. I was all over pretty much everything prior to then. But Anthony's found a way to continue to not only have the utmost respect and knowledge for the music that's come before, but also what's coming out now. So yeah, I'm pretty inspiring guy in that way, and super super approachable in terms of his content, and yeah, really 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 great stuff. There's Ash from London as well. He's great. So he's a chap who, I think he's based in New Zealand actually, but I think he's originally from the north of England, so same area as me, as you can probably tell from my accent. And he's into a lot of really really cool music. As far as I'm concerned, he's into a lot of things which light me up as well. So he's into punk, post punk, indie, alternative, dance music, you name it. He's pretty much covered it. So he again is a person that's just got a really really engaging style. Somebody that's relaxed. He kind of eases you into the videos that he's creating. So I have a lot of respect for that. He's just a person that will present some information and the facts to you. He'll get into the rankings, or he'll get into his reviews, or whatever it is that he's doing in that given moment, and always leaves me thinking, yeah, I've learned something there. There's takeaways for me, and has me going back to stuff as well that I've really enjoyed that maybe I've not played for a while. So yeah, he's superb. And I think that might be everybody, apart from one. So there is one channel that I subscribed to about 2 years ago now, and that channel is called As It Should Be, and they've got their world famous As It Should Be studio based in New York, and it's a chap called Paul Berdolino who helms it, and he has a couple of fantastic contributors with him called Crystal Durant and Tommy Von Voigt. So I've been watching his work for some time now, and Crystal and Tommy were not part of it when I first got on board. And it was actually a Todd Rundgren album ranking video that Paul did, which I just thought was brilliant. I'm a huge Todd fan. And when I got to the end of it, it was like, yeah, I'm really going to go back and listen to my Todd records and re-engage with them, and take into consideration some of the things that he had to say about the albums and the way that he'd rank them as well. So yeah, I thought great stuff. And then I started looking at other things he'd done, and he'd done a Prince ranking video. Prince is my all-time favourite artist, so I thought, yeah, this is fantastic. So I got on board a couple of years ago, and I've been following Paul ever since. But he's been doing, for a number of months now, ranking the years. So he'll do a given year, and then with Crystal and Tommy's input, they will choose their favourite albums from 19 whatever it is, and they've done it. I think they started actually right back in I think it may have even been the 50s, come to think of it, and they've done it right up until where we currently are for this week, which was 2012. So it's been a huge undertaking, hugely impressive as well. And in that time, I have just grown to totally love and admire their work, the way that they present on screen, the chemistry that they've got, the knowledge that they've got, the three of them. You can just tell that they're all, just great friends, and they're just there talking about music and really enjoying themselves. And that for me was really infectious. And I thought, yeah, this is something that, I really feel that I want to start sharing my passion for music publicly as well. But within that channel, there is this community that they've brought together, and there's so many brilliant contributors in there, and they truly have, in my opinion, that I feel like they've become my friends. In terms of, I have regular correspondence with them. We're in touch every week. We're making album recommendations to each other. We're taking away things to learn about, and giving each other food for thought. So I wanted to shout out a few names of the contributors on that channel, because they've really helped me to get to where I am now, which is to make this channel possible. So we've got the likes of, and these are in no particular order at all. These are just the people that I gravitate to in the group. So there's Damar, there's Naughty Vampire God, JB, Michelle, Ernest as well. So Curly, there's a few in there who I've been sharing my music knowledge with, and they've been sharing theirs with me. And it was after a while I just thought, yeah, I'm reconnecting here with a lot of old stuff, and I'm learning about a lot of new music as well. Because when we got up to 2008, and I was struggling a little bit to come up with my favourite albums from that time onward, because my finger was just totally off the pulse by that point. I started to look more at what other people were picking and thinking, oh yeah, that sounds really interesting. I'll have to go away and listen to that. So that's what I've been doing. I've been going away, taking away an assignment. Primarily with Michelle, actually, we've been doing a lot of sharing with each other, and then just telling each other what we thought of that music. And JB as well as another person who will send me recommendations, and I'll go away and find stuff out. So it's just something that I really felt, yeah, I'm feeling galvanized, I'm feeling rejuvenated, I've got the energy to do it, so why not just turn the camera on and give it a go. So that's pretty much it, really. I just wanted to pay tribute to those people in particular, to those channels. They're all great. I urge you to check them all out. Please do that. They're really brilliant at what they're doing, and I just have the utmost respect for them showing up as regularly as they do and putting that content out there. So I hope that you will continue to stay with me. This is just an introductory video today. I will be doing an album ranking, just to kind of ease myself into the channel and just to give you guys something to get started with. And I've decided that that video will be an album ranking of the year 1982. So the reason I chose that is because it was the year I was born. Pretty much as simple as that, why I chose it. But there's some brilliant stuff that came out that year as well. So I'll be showing you my actual records that I've got that are in the collection from that year. And I'm planning to show a number of them that I hold in probably equal regard, but then there will be a top 5 from that bunch that I will rank in a proper order. So yeah, if you want to get on board and you want to see what's coming down the line, if you'd like to subscribe, then please do. Please click the notification bell as well, and you will get the updates as to when I have got some new material ready to go. And yeah, thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it. Glad to be doing this finally, and just want to make my contribution to the overall vinyl community. So take care, everybody. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to have you with me again soon. Bye now.